Hi, my name is Second Lieutenant Brandon Hillery, and this is my story.
So I've wanted to be a doctor ever since like middle school. Like my dad planted that in my ear. Like when I was younger, he would always just say like, "Hey, you could be a doctor," kind of just like throwing that out there, and I kind of held on to that. Ever since middle school, I would like stand in the bathroom in between class periods to see if I could hold my hands steady. In high school, I was a big fan of math. I just loved solving math problems up until calculus, when the calculator kind of took over. I liked being the one to solve the thing, and when the calculator was the one doing all the work, I was a little bit less interested. I basically bought this Princeton textbook, a whole bunch of textbooks, and I had never studied that way before, but I was like, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna make it work so that I do well on the MCAT. It was super inefficient. I opened up the book, saw a bunch of anatomy, never learned anatomy before. I was like, oh, at last minute trying to learn all this anatomy, and didn't do any intelligent reviewing at all or any way to try and solidify the knowledge, and it was just ineffective. And I didn't do as well as I'd liked, and I was super disappointed, and I thought it was gonna keep me out of medical school or a decent medical school, but it didn't end up doing that. What I learned from that experience is that efficiency is definitely more important than the total time invested, I think, and just putting a little bit of effort in every day, and but in doing so intelligently is more important than banging your head constantly against a wall, just staying up late, working late when you're not doing the right things. The saying that medical school is like drinking from a fire hose is very true, especially when you first start out. It's tons of information, not all of it's important for you to know, not all of it most of it doctors don't even use for their actual practice, but being able to pick out which information you want to hold on to in the long term, that's part of being efficient. And then also to try and decrease all the pressure of the fire hose. Just being efficient with you can watch lectures at a quicker speed or reviewing things instead of just seeing it one time, reviewing things to solidify information. Going to medical school, experiences outside of shadowing that can help them in their pursuit of medical school, I think would be definitely volunteering, giving back to the local community, helping out in any way that you can. Volunteer at a homeless shelter, volunteer at, like myself, volunteering with kids with muscular dystrophy, be a tutor, be a steward to everyone around you, and be helpful in any way you can. Other than that, activities like research, again, I mentioned this before, but research, you may think you know what you want to go into in undergrad, and that can change as you go through medical school, but just try and be involved in something that you think that you'll be interested in. So if I had to choose all over again, would I pick military medicine? And I would say absolutely. I was anxious about it going in because it was kind of a goal of mine to get into like a top 10 medical school and these Ivy Leagues or whatnot, but after going to USU, I've learned that it doesn't really matter where you go to medical school. A lot of students use secondary resources outside of their medical school anyway. It's more about the experiences and the training that you get, and at USU with military medicine, we get unique experiences that are invaluable, that you can't get anywhere else, like having had a chance to go to air assault school and jump out of a helicopter, or the fake military patients that we get at Bushmaster, where you get to actually try crikes, like invasive airway procedures, or chest tubes and whatnot, to practice actually saving someone's life acutely. I think that's invaluable. What pre-med experiences do I wish that I had before going into medical school? I would say more patient care, like basically things that nurses do, like putting in IVs, or like knowing how equipment works, or like different, like knowing how x-rays or like CT scans, MRIs, how those work, or having a better understanding of them, because I was totally clueless on them going into medical school, I think. Well, what do I do to have fun? Video games for sure, soccer. Soccer is very important to me. It's something that I've always used to kind of de-stress when things were difficult growing up, or when I'm having a tough time. It's just something nice to focus on. Piano, I play the piano like every day before I go to sleep. Violin, there's a music group here that I participated in a lot. I was one of the leaders for that. And then trying new foods. Food is huge for me. If I'm having a tough day and like lunch is good, the day is fine. Like that'll make my whole day, having a good meal. So what would I say to a younger child who wants to become a doctor? I would say that you can do it. As long as you keep working hard and you put in the effort. Don't listen to everyone who says that you can't, because there are going to be people that try and tell you that you can't do it, but it may not be as easy for you as it is for other people with more resources, but you can make it happen as long as you don't give up.